Pelvic pain, heavy menstrual bleeding, painful menstrual cycles, and infertility are just a few of the symptoms of uterine fibroids, a condition that affects black women at a disproportionate rate. A study by the Centers for Disease Control found that fibroids are most common in women ages 30 to 40 and are 3 times more likely to occur with black women than white women. I recently sat down with fibroid survivor Gessie Thompson and nutritionist Dr. Amsu about their program that helps women getting rid of both fibroids and infertility.
It's not that it's not known what caused it. It's that what's tied to revealing what really is the root cause, which is estrogen dominance, actually undermines a whole industry of birth control pills, surgeries that are repeat and unnecessary, hormone replacement therapies, which are, post-hysterectomy, which also are estrogen-based. And, actually, I'm here in D.C. because of the United States of Women stakeholder group that I'm a part of, and our work, and we're strategizing to determine how we're going to continue to advance gender equality issues in this new era. I know we're all talking about the Trump fallout, right? Well, for me, the work is particularly hard because I work to really take the fibroids agenda from marginalized, because that's really what we're talking about.
Right.
It's marginalized to prioritize on the national agenda. And how am I going to do that? Specifically by really working tirelessly to give voice to the millions of women who are suffering from this epidemic, as well as shining the light on the work that we get to do with the 90-Day Hope Beyond Fibroids Elimination Program.
For somebody who doesn't know, describe for folks what is it and what's the pain. I know. I got women in my family. I've got friends. I know a woman from my childhood. She's had multiple surgeries, and she has dealt with this literally for the last 30 years. Yeah, no, see, it's really life debilitating. So everything from life-threatening anemia to, of course, pain that, we just read studies earlier this week that actually cause women to lose work at least 1 day a month sometimes, to, of course, embarrassing bleeding breakthrough, and infertility actually was one of the things I wanted to harp on today specifically, because many women, as you know, I suffered from infertility for 10 years, and the biggest issue is that here they are, unable to conceive. That causes major stress, and we actually, through the 90-Day Hope Beyond Fibroids Elimination Program, we have a patient story I wanted to share today, where one of our clients, our patients, she battled fibroids and infertility, where she was unable to conceive for 12 years, Roland. 12 years, not able to conceive. And she started the program in January, 90-Day Hope Beyond Fibroids, which specifically works to help women heal and protect their wombs without surgery. And I'm happy to say that Danielle, and we have a picture we're going to show, Danielle and her husband Terry welcomed their miracle baby Charlie Monet Otis October 12th of this year. No surgery, no IVF. She started the program in January, just gave birth in October. Understand? That's huge. It's huge. Women are looking for hope. They're looking for answers. And, you may say, well, how? How is it that this can cure infertility? And, Dr. Amsu, I know he wants to weigh in on that. Yeah, I'm pulling in right now. Dr. Amsu, first of all, why did you make this a focus for what you do?
Well, what we found was we have, a whole bunch of female women patients, and we found that like 95% of them had fibroids. We were like, hold on, let's have a look at what's going on here. When we did further research, the numbers were overwhelming, and it was no coincidence that 95% of our female patients had some form of, reproductive disorder. So we was like, okay, let's focus on this, because, this whole situation with infertility, with PCOS, with fibroids, it's a pandemic. It's not just here in the United States. This is all over the world. So we're like, all right, we have to address this. And, coming from my background, which is in the endocrine system, I was like, how did I miss this? How did I actually miss this? And it's missed because women suffer in silence. It's something that's, put in the closet and left there to hide away and rot. So this is something that we really have to bring out. And it's not rocket science. It's actually a very simple situation to cure,
And when you say it's simple to cure, how so? Explain that.
Well, first of all, myself being an endocrinologist and also a herbalist and naturopath doctor, it's estrogen dominance. That is the root cause. It's finding what the root cause is and then dealing with the root cause. And it's that simple, dealing with, you know, many of the diseases and conditions that are out there. It's finding the root cause, which we call the etiology, and then disarming that etiology, you know, removing it. And that's all that we do when we're dealing with estrogen dominance and fibroids and all the host of all the other diseases that come with it.
Dr. Amsu, if I can chime in, you know, specifically, how do you say, well, how do you break down estrogen dominance? Well, you got to think of where it comes from. Estrogen dominance comes from three critical areas. It's pollutants, diet, and stress. All right. So with our program, we break it down by specifically addressing it through coaching, nutrition plan, herbal supplements, and exercise. That's how we tackle it specifically. And that's how we have women who are having these major successes.
Right, and this is the thing. We have to bring all these women's estrogen levels to what we call, you know, safe levels. And, you know, because really and truly, estrogen should be minimized in the body because it's such a drastic chemical. It's a catabolic steroid, meaning it breaks down muscle. You know, and this is why so many women who suffer from fibroids and reproductive disorders, they find it hard to lose fat. And this is fat that you see and you don't see. There's fat that you don't see that is present in the body that's wreaking havoc. This fat, because of the steroid, estrogen, it causes fat to develop in the body by breaking down muscle. Then this fat produces even more estrogen, and this estrogen gets into the bloodstream and it wreaks havoc. You know, it causes infertility, it can cause fibroids, cysts, endometriosis, PCOS, cancer. You know, estrogen is a carcinogen, well known, well documented. It's a carcinogen, it causes cancer. So it has to be, you know, and all those things that Gessie mentioned, in particular, diet and pollutants are responsible for what we're causing estrogen dominance.
So go ahead. So what's next? And so
I just want to say real quick, people want to know, well, how is estrogen possibly harmful for you? Here's the key thing. Progesterone is the actual female hormone that causes us to develop our, you know, sexual health, our reproductive system, etc. People think it's estrogen. Estrogen is actually what he talked about. It's a form. So how are you going to learn more? You learn more by downloading our 90-day Hope Beyond Fibroids Elimination free teleseminar. It's a download, MP3, right at hopebeyondfibroids.com/elimination. You can start your healing journey. We're here to get you fibroid free and baby ready. Don't you wait another minute. You don't have to suffer in silence anymore.